so that we discuss how to keep sane, if I can use that expression, during this COVID-19 lockdown period. But we've been joined on the phone lines by Elizabeth Olympio Emmanuel. She's the head of Jamrock. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Daniel.
Hope all is well.
As much as can be. Thank you.
Yes, these are not normal times. It's what we keep reminding ourselves. And so let's begin with you, really, because you have a story about how you have had to change the way you do things. Now, you run a restaurant, and you're not really doing dine-ins anymore. What are you doing now?
We've had to change our model drastically to stay relevant and above the water so that at least the staff that we have remaining can have source of food and income to look forward to. Several factors come in play when running a good restaurant. Even in the best of times, some restaurants do fail. So these are challenging times, and it takes really thinking out of the box to serve our customers. So we are right now focusing ideally on takeaway, takeout, and delivery services. We use a few third-party delivery services, and because they run their own business models as well, you cannot determine the delivery rate. So sometimes we serve a meal for 25 cedis, and then someone is going to charge 25 cedis to get you. Then it's ending up to be 50 cedis. So yes, it's a little difficult to find the perfect model that would work, but we're trying our very best.
Yeah, and I can imagine how frustrating that can be at times, having to lose customers. Now, would you say that this is working in the past week or so that you've had to do this?
We haven't found steady ground as yet. When a few weeks ago, before the mandatory shutdowns happened, we already reduced staff number because customers weren't coming in as usual with the dine-in. So we have very discerning customers. So once the word went out that the rates were increasing, we already saw a dwindle in patronage. So we put out measures. We already spread out our seating capacity, reduced it by half, put in automated hand sanitizers, increased operational expenses. Costs already went high because we had to be abreast with the information and take action immediately. Once customers dwindled, we started laying off staff because you wouldn't need as many staff as you would if you were running it regularly. All events were canceled. Yes, it's been difficult, but we are making the best out of it. And right now we are looking at lunch themes that would be affordable. Affordability is subjective, I know, but we are looking at a theme where 25 cedis can get someone a meal or do family packs. It keeps you on your feet. As long as we can stay open and it's safe to do so, we will always look at solutions that will benefit the majority of the people, and not just the few.
I'll come back to you for general comments on how we can use this idea of agility and changing models in whichever side of business that we use. But Mr. Thompson, this must be a familiar story, isn't it?
What, changing business models?
Yeah, because of what we are facing.
First, before I start saying anything, one thing I'd like, especially the media, to paraphrase your comments with all the times for people to stay safe. Because they say when you start getting tired of something, that's when people begin to listen. And there's too many times that I hear saying they're not complying, they don't understand. Make them understand. Okay. But, in terms of business, as a business, you need to be always thinking about your environment and thinking of how you adapt to deal with the issues that come. And for some businesses, this will be more of a surprise than for others. For other businesses, they really are in a position where they couldn't do much. So, for example, if you run an airline, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? If you run a financial services company, I'm using that just as an example, the trend was to go digital and to have less branches. So those that will have a potential to be able to maintain operations are those that probably made some investment in that regard. But as a business, certain things that you can do. This is a time like no other. If you do the same things and expect different results, you're mad. You're mad. Really, you should check yourself into the sanatorium closest to you.
Mm.
So certain things that you got to do is, in a time like this, cash is king.
Okay.
Hold cash. You got to hold cash, and if it means discounting, discount your products and hold the cash. Cash
Okay.
is king. You also must watch what other people are doing, because it's important that you learn from your environment. Watch what other people. What's the competition doing? How are they responding? Even if you are, for example, a hotel, this is the time where you should do a lot of non-transactional contacts. So your regular customers, call them. Call them. Say hello.
Okay.
How are you? Empathize with them.
Okay.
Find out what they're doing. This is the time to make non-transactional contacts. Very important. There's other things like, you got to continue marketing. You must remain relevant to the people you serve, but you must empathize, because at the moment, the most important thing for them is sustenance and financial stability.
So, for instance, on the point of marketing, I've noticed even on the ads I do on the show that a lot of brands are now pushing COVID tips, and I'm not really talking so much about what they do as opposed to what you can do.
It's a start, but I think that they need to craft their message to make it a bit more relevant to the times. The last thing you want to do as a brand is to appear to be taking advantage of people's pain or circumstances. It's the last thing you want to do. And I don't think any brand really sets out to do that. But this is a time where you need to be a bit more creative.
Mm-hmm.
You need to empathize. So you can't say, oh, I didn't know about it. Really? Think. The same people that advise you on your marketing, your branding position, the same people should advise you. At this time, these are things that we should be saying. And even the same message should be said in a different way. But in my business, now it's time to start speaking to your landlord. What can you do? I mean, landlord's got to take a hit. You take a hit. What are you going to do? With employees, first, I think that as employers, sometimes, a lot of times, we don't listen to our employees, because there's some employees that will give you ideas that you never talk about. In any case, that's when I say some employees. You should always listen to your employees. Some of them may have good ideas. Unfortunately, those that are lazy or not productive, you got to let them go. You got to let them go. But remember that your most important resource was always your employees, the team you built.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them and try and keep it together. And speak to your customers. You got to always speak to your customers. What do I do? What can I do? So there's a range of things that you can do. Whatever happens, there is going to be life after all this, and must prepare for it, come hell or high water. You have to prepare for it.
Okay. Now, you talked about discounts earlier because cash is so important, and we saw some brands do that already. But what if the discount would hurt your business on a fundamental level?
Well, I can assure you, most businesses, if not all businesses, are going to be hurt on the fundamental level. So, your task now is to try and make that pain as small as possible. That's all you got to do. What are you going to do?
Okay.
That's all you got to do. For example, we have a promo where we're giving 0% interest on our loans.
Mm-hmm.
It will hurt the business, but I've got to show empathy to my clients, the most vulnerable people. So this is not the time to be pussyfooting about what to do. This is time for real action. And I say it again, if you do the same thing and expect different results, you're mad, because you're going down. These are not normal times.
Let me bring some of those thoughts to Elizabeth listening in on the phone. And Elizabeth, listening to Mr. Thompson and some of the advice he's given, don't forget marketing, cash is king, have conversation with your landlords, pay attention to your employees, discount, and show empathy as well. Some of these might not be so easy to do, would it? For instance, if your landlord wants his rent, he wants his rent.
You're absolutely right. And considering a seemingly successful restaurant in a good location, you can imagine the rent is already high and you're having a little downtime at the moment. So, yes, speaking to the landlord is one big measure and one big step we will have to undertake. We haven't done that as yet because we are thinking of keeping afloat right now. So when that bridge comes over, we will cross that. Employees, he is very right in that aspect. Yes, we have had to transport our staff, the skeletal staff, core staff that is remaining, so they do not use public transport. We pick them from home and drop them back home. They have to go through these hygiene protocols, which is crucial because you are also in the same vein maintaining your brand and ensuring your customers that if you buy from us, you are assured that the process is clean till it gets to your doorstep, and then you take it on from there. Yes, very much. He's nailed all the good points, and we have had to drastically change. Discount. We've put in a theme where we were running more or less 18 hours a day. We brought it down to 8 to 5, and we are encouraging pre-orders. If you pre-order, you get your meal at a much lower rate. And so it gives us the opportunity to plan ahead and know what to buy so we don't buy items that will sit for more than a day because we can't afford to do that. So what comes in is what is revolved to go back to the market to then make sense out of it because you cannot let money sit down.
So what I want to know is how have your customers responded to this advice that you are applying already?
You see, we are typically a Jamaican or Jamaican restaurant. So right now our menu has been tweaked to be less of the Jamaican and more of what more Ghanaians would need as basic sustenance. So the response has been encouraging. It's been great. We are happy. It's not the ideal situation. These are not normal times, so we are all adjusting to the changes. And yes, we are hoping it gets better and we get through this phase all alive.
Was it a tough call to make? Your unique selling proposition as a business is that you Jamrock, you do Jamaican and then Ghanaian. Now you've had to double down on the Jamaican. Was it a tough call to make?
Yes, it is. It is a tough call to make. I am Ghanaian, and there are many similarities between Ghanaian and Jamaican dishes. So we've had to blend a bit of the Jamaican with the Ghanaian. So instead of serving, say, typical rice and peas with Jamaican jerk chicken, you're doing jollof or plain rice. You tweak it a little bit. So, well, I am wrong. It has not been so difficult to make that change, that decision, because we are thinking on our feet.
You're acting too fast to try and, to sit down and think through it. But thank you so much, Eliza. Elizabeth, hold on just a minute for me. We are not done with you just yet.
Sure,
but Mr. Thompson, listening to her practicalize some of the ideas that you put out already, it really makes me think through about, the process of doing it and how some decisions may seem so big on the onset, but are so necessary to do.
I talked about confidence. Just start by giving out some breakfast. It'll give you more confidence to do the things that you need to do. And I'm really, really from the bottom of my heart, very serious about these things. I say they're important, and this is a time when they say when you're under pressure, you reverse to type, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't, just because you haven't started doesn't mean you're not capable. Just start. And a good strategy to address this issue is you can write on the back of a postage stamp. Just start, sit down, do my forecast. What do I need to do? And all the things you need to do, no matter how big your business is, no matter how small they are, those good things, they'll fit onto the back of a postage stamp. The point I'm trying to make is, it's not difficult. But learn from other people. I mean, every day I go out, I learn. Every day I learn, read, go online. The three things I've been saying that people should invest in whilst during this time. You see, invest in your health, follow all the when you go out giving, when you do all those things, follow all the public health protocols. Invest in your skills, learn something new. So learn how to do it. Other people are doing it. And there's, I think now I can mention it publicly. For me, I go to Professor Google. It's there. Go and learn, read. Because there's no problem that you're facing that somebody else has not faced. Go and learn and start. And also invest in your relationships. Build better relationships with your children. Read with them. Do something. But what you can't afford to do is not to do anything.
Right. I have a question on that.
Yeah.
People who have taken loans already.
Yeah.
We know that some of those loans have been negotiated downwards. Interest rates are generally going down around this time. But for those who are even struggling to stay afloat, what are the practical ways that they can, maybe should they have conversations with their bankers?
Okay.
Or what should they do to stay alive?
First thing is that you got to remember that it's in your interest and it's the bank's interest to keep you afloat. Because even if, just assuming that you were unable to pay and the bank took over your house, there's nobody to buy it. Who's going to buy it? With what cash? That's the reality. But you must start the conversation early. Don't wait till it reaches, at the 99th hour when everything's been signed and sealed and they're ready to go. You come to talk about your problem. Start the conversation early. Have a conversation early because it's not in the bank's interest to go down. It's not in your interest it's not in their interest for you to go down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we are all joined at the hip. But start that conversation early. Everybody will take a hit.
Okay.
Everybody's going to take a hit.
Okay.
But actually, go out and have the conversation, and it's having conversations over money, over debt, for a lot of people is uncomfortable. But go to Professor Google; he will tell you how to do it.
It's not even culturally, appropriate here. In
if
Ghana.
you do the same things and you expect different results, you're mad. This, we can see meltdown, and you say, well, I'm not sure. Go to your bank manager and cry. Hey, what else? Go and cry. Sometimes I have customers who come to me. Sometimes there have been times when I'll kneel in front of you and beg. Do I care? Focus on the objective. What do you want to achieve? You want to get to a point where your repayments, your business survives. Because your business survival is not just about the bank. It's about you. It's about the capital you've invested. We've all worked so hard to build our businesses. For a lot of people, they are near retirement. So what do you do? So this the dynamic. For a lot of people, it's maybe the only house you've used as collateral. For a lot of people, maybe it's your main job. That's the job. And you have a family. So what are you going to do? Go to your manager, bank manager, and cry. In any case, it's not in their interest for you to go down and cry. Everybody has to take some of the pain.
Okay. Interesting advice you're hearing from seasoned businessman Ken Thompson. Go and cry.
Go and cry. Yes, I must know this small job. Are you crazy? Go cry.
I wonder if Elizabeth has had to shed a few tears. But that's not the question I have for you, though. What I want to know, Elizabeth, is have you had to, at any point, had a hard conversation with yourself of, okay, what if I have to close up shop? What do I do then? Have you started thinking through that?
Yes, the thought has crossed my mind. All over the world, you see the economy going down. So we will not be immune to it. Everyone will take a hit, as Mr. Thompson said. So yes, the thought does go through the mind, but you mustn't dwell too much on it. And dealing with the now and how to get through day by day is what is most crucial.
Okay. But are you sort of I spoke to an event organizer a few weeks ago, Deborah Jane of Think Mahogany, and she mentioned how for someone like her, and this was even before the imposition on restrictions, restrictions on movements, yes. This was when public gatherings was banned. She was talking about how she's had to be very creative on ways to make money outside of, just organizing events. Is that something that crosses your mind when you think about, having to close up? Touchwood?
Yes. Fortunately, the delivery model, the takeaway model, does not involve public gatherings. So you have, in the future, if push comes to shove and we will have to shut down entirely, we'll be looking at a small space, much less staff. From the staff we have now, we'll have to now call a fewer number and look at only focusing on deliveries and still staying in the same business domain.
Interesting. I'm sorry, it may be an uncomfortable situation a conversation to have, thinking about if you may not be there anymore. But thank you anyway. We'll take just a few quick comments, final comments from you before we let you go, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Any final comments on the subject? Any advice for businessmen or women out there who may be struggling through this period?
Taking a deep breath and start your day positive. It's not easy. They are not easy times. Go through the hygiene protocols. Stay safe. Order out if you have to. Cook at home if you can't afford to order out. We have each other as a one big community. Let's look out for each other.
Elizabeth Olympio Emmanuel runs Jamrock Restaurant in East Legon, and she's been sharing with us practically how she's been surviving the COVID-19 era. I'll open the phone lines in just a few minutes for you to call in and ask questions of Ken Thompson, who's with us in studio, and he's also doing some work at Dalex. You've touched on this 0% interest.
So for all our Dalex Swift customers, we're offering them 0% interest on loans they take between now and the end of June. Normally, the interest rate is 24%. The thing is about Dalex Swift is that we launched it about 4 years ago. It has over 130,000 registered accounts. And Dalex Swift was launched to make it easy and appealing for young people to invest in the things that they need and want. And so we think that as a brand that is community oriented, that is thinking has to show empathy. We really feel for this country. We're an indigenous company. We need to give something back. And young people are part of that vulnerable bracket. So between now and the end of June, if you're a Dalex Swift customer, you have a Dalex account, and you take a loan, is 0% interest. One thing I got to say is that, Dalex Swift was made for the future. So your account number is your phone number. You manage the account through your phone. You register through your phone. We have no agents, just have a call center. So in terms of what we want to contribute, that is what we are putting on the table. And all Ghanaian corporates, they can do more. These are not normal times. We can all do more.
It's 26 minutes past 8. You can do more. And I feel like every time Mr. Thompson finishes his sentence, there's something standing out. Earlier you said go and cry.
We can do more.
This time is we can do more. It's not something I can easily forget. We'll just take a few messages from our sponsors. G-Money wants to tell you something. Echo House wants to tell you something. Syndicated Capital has some good news for you. Stay with us, please. When we come back, we'll open the phone lines, allow you to ask questions, and then we'll tackle an important subject of digital, how to go digital, because the internet is something that we can all access whilst we're at home, observing social distancing. We'll be back. Stay with us.
In a world where everything is changing around you, sometimes you need to turn to someone you can trust. You want to move with a change in safe hands, and we are here to help. At Societe Generale Ghana, we understand change because we have transformed and evolved. No matter how our name may change, 43 years of retail and corporate banking expertise never changes, ensuring stability and trust. Digital innovation as the world moves forward to help you adapt, upgrade, and keep up. Bank with Societe Generale Ghana and enjoy doing your banking your way, whenever you choose. In our digital zones with cutting-edge digital banking products and quality services, you deserve a better bank and great rewards. We agree, the world only moves because you make it move. SG Ghana, the future is you.
Every child needs to learn and play. That's why I give my kids Go TV, the best choice for kiddie edutainment. With lots of fun and educative channels for all ages, like Da Vinci, PBS Kids, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Jam Jam, and Disney Junior. Learning the fun way never stops. So, mommies and daddies, keep the children playing and learning whilst at home. For sales and customer service, SMS Go TV to 1731. Go TV. Live it. Love it.
The
there's a faster and more reliable way to do mobile money. G-Money. JCB Bank's mobile money service gives you the freedom to send and receive money at the lowest rate from any mobile network just by dialing *422#. Check. The best part is you don't need to be a JCB customer to enjoy secure transactions with Ghana's safest bank and the widest branch network. Visit your nearest JCB branch or any branded G-Money agent with a valid national ID to register now. G-Money. Hapanaba. Chatum.
Accidents do happen. It could be a motor accident, a sudden heart attack, or even a stroke, or any other health emergency. The first steps you take are very critical. Should you be involved in or witness an accident, call 112 for the fastest ambulance response. With over 300 well-equipped ambulances all over Ghana, you are assured of the fastest response to your emergency calls. Call 112 during critical health emergencies and save your life and that of your family and loved ones. 112, help will come. 112, we are safe. Avoid prank calls as they can lead to loss of life of persons in actual need of help. Be a responsible citizen.
You graduate, next thing is some scholarship for your next level.
That be long thing. Today bring this, next day bring that. Koha, braha. You know I can't stand that. But everything is fast. I can't even wait for food. That's why I'm always eating Indomie. No long thing.
It's not the case anymore. Everything is digital now. Simply visit scholarshipsgh.com to apply for a scholarship from the Scholarship Secretariat.
I can apply on there. Fast. Submit all my documents.
Fast.
Like my Indomie.
Just visit scholarshipsgh.com from 1st April 2020 and you could be on your way to your dream school.
Syndicated Capital introduces the Silent Night range of luxury mattresses and pillows. And for the first time, the Silent Night Pregnancy and Nursing Pillows, crafted to provide exceptional relief for your legs, belly, and back during pregnancy, as well as amazing back support feeding your baby. No more sleepless nights and no more hustle with breastfeeding. Check out the Super Pillow Top Orthopedic Mattress, made with 12 inches of memory foam cushioning, providing unparalleled comfort and guaranteed to last for 20 years. No mattress comes close in comfort and support. Also available are high-quality bed sheets, reversible quilts, a large collection of orthopedic pillows and luxurious towels at unbelievable prices. Silent Night products are available at all Melcom shops, game stores, and Silent Night showrooms at Tema, Asylum Down, Adenta, Spintex Road, and Kumasi behind Minshia Palace, or call 0302-242532 or 050-131-5776. Silent Night. Sleep like never before.
That's my kuchu, burning the midnight candle again.
Darling, you know my exams are close by. That's enough to worry about.
And if I may ask, have you considered a secure, reliable, and safe transfer of money when paying the ACCA, CIM membership, school fees, among others, since your school is abroad?
Oh, hold on. Now that's even a bigger worry.
No, not when you have the ADB Visa prepaid card. It's the most recommended for all your online payments and transactions.
But I don't have an account with ADB.
That's the best part. You don't need an account with ADB. Just walk into any ADB branch with a valid ID and get your ADB Visa prepaid card. It's usable in over 24 million Visa locations worldwide. Get your ADB Visa prepaid card instantly at your nearest ADB branch.
Wow! How do you know so much about ADB?
Because they are the new spirit of banking.
For inquiries, call 0302-210-210. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best on Joy 99.7 FM.
26 minutes to 9 a.m. The Super Morning Show in Joy 99.7 FM. We're talking about money here, especially if you're a businessman. We've been talking about how to adapt your business to the times that we have. Our guest in studio, Ken Thompson, head of DLX Finance. He's been talking about don't stop marketing, be empathetic to your customers. Cash is king, so you may have to do some very bold discounts. Have a conversation with your landlord. Have a conversation with your bankers if you owe a loan. You may have to go and cry. Look, if you have to go and cry, go and cry. Pay attention to your employees, and you can always do more. I also want to talk to him because he's a serial entrepreneur. I want to talk to him about how to identify opportunities even in times like this, because people are still out there making some good money. So how does that become your story as well? And maintaining a good relationship with your suppliers, your employees, everyone on your value chain, that's also a very important part. If you're paying so much for very little data, or you've run out of data and wonder where all the money went so fast, it's time to turn to the network that gives you more data for less. Just dial star 700 hash to enjoy too much data on Vodafone. Getting too much data on your bundles on Vodafone is like asking for one thing and getting so much more. On Vodafone, we don't just talk about giving you more for less, we actually do. For only 10 Ghana cedis, you get 1.5 GB of data valid for 15 days. For 20, you get double value of 4 GB data valid for a month. And for 50, you get a whopping 10 GB data valid for a month. That's not all. Even when your data bundle runs out, you still get to use WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram for free. I mean, absolutely free. That's the magic of star 700 hash. So what are you waiting for? Dial star 700 hash now so you can browse and chill on Vodafone. Are you looking for a 1, 2, or 3-seater and L-shaped sofa crafted to the finest details and available in various colors for your home, office, or hotel? Are you looking for comfortability, durability, quality, and perfect finishing? Look no further. Latex Foam is your one-stop shop destination, whatever your choice and budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life. Today's agenda is brought to you by Societe Generale SG Ghana. The future is you. Now, before we go to the phone lines, because I'll be opening the phone lines very, very shortly for you to ask questions of Mr. Thompson with us here in studio. This question of new opportunities. What are the new opportunities, Mr. Thompson, available in this era? How do we identify them? How do we look out for them?
Let me start by the two things I'd like to repeat before I deal with that. First, there's never been a time to talk as much as this. It's good to talk. Talk to your staff, talk to your clients, talk to suppliers, your landlord, your bank, your children. Another thing too is that, donate protective PPE, protective equipment to your local hospital, the hospital in your neighborhood, because you realize that if anybody is affected by this, the first place they'll go to is the local clinic. Mm-hmm. It's not to the government hospital where they have put some sort of protection, and the front line staff are scared stiff. A proper protective mask is 7 cedis. Go and donate 20, 140. Donate 10, donate 3. But the first rule of survival is self-preservation. Preserve yourself. With respect to business, the principles have not changed, they'll never change. If you have a product or service that delivers value, people will be prepared to pay money for it. And a lot of times, people get disappointed simply because they sell a product or provide a service that does not deliver value. But above all, put marketing on the table first. Don't sit in your room and spend the next 24 hours thinking of some product and then coming out putting your last 2 CDs in buying data to develop it, and then come out and complain that people are not interested. No. Put marketing on the table. What are the value drivers? And I really get upset when people ask me, what are you supposed to do? No. Look for things that deliver value. And it's not going to come because, you were sitting under a tree and the mango fell down and you say, Eureka, I've got it. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to people, read, research. If you deliver value, people will pay for it. Deliver value.
Regardless of the sector you're in.
If you deliver value, people will pay for it.
For someone who can break that down for us, what does it mean to deliver value?
I have an example. It may not necessarily be a good example, but I have an example. For example, if you're a Daylex Swift customer, you can still invest with the convenience of your mobile phone. And the minimum investment is 1 CD. That's value. Because 1 CD, I'm not going to go to a bank. I can't go to a bank. It costs me more to get to the bank than to
invest that 1
exactly.
CD. It will cost you more than 1 CD to get to the bank.
We're talking about Zoom. Why is the share price gone up? They are delivering value. Deliver value. Any product or service that delivers value, you make money from it. And that's the only way I can put it. And put marketing on the table first. People start a business and what they do is they buy a laptop, print a card which says that they are managing director or CEO, whatever they want to call themselves. Proceed to spend the next few months cooking up something in their head and a paper, and then they try and flog it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The principles are the same. Deliver value. Deliver value.
So I hear you telling us to spend more time trying to find out from our customers what they would want.
Yes, deliver. Start. That's the starting point.
Okay.
And you see, the principles I keep going back of how to be successful, no matter how you define success, haven't changed. You got to deliver value. How do you deliver value? You got to say, what am I doing? What value am I delivering? Because if you deliver value, people will pay money for it. That's the only way you deliver value. Why do people are now doing all sorts of, say, somebody sent me something on Wache at Fridays, those sort of things, because they want to deliver value. And if it hits that sweet spot of value delivery, people will pay for it.
Definitely.
The principles will not change. They have not changed. They'll never change. Deliver value. Entrepreneur, deliver value and people will pay for it. That's all it is.
18 minutes to the top of the hour. This statement's buzzword is deliver value. We'll be speaking to our good friends a bit later from Stanbic Bank, who are in the spirit of giving some donations, taking Mr. Thompson's advice to support Ghana's COVID-19 program. So stay tuned for that conversation. I'll also be telling you about Joy Reads. Keep those words in mind. Joy Reads. Joy Reads. It's a very important intervention that you need in this COVID-19 period. 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. Do you run a business? Do you own a business? You make some money on the side? Are you in dire straits now? What question do you have on how to stay afloat or how to survive during this COVID-19 era? One way you can do that is what Mr. Thompson has told you already. You can get a 0% interest.
If you're a Daylex Swift client, if you're a Daylex Swift account holder, you qualify. The interest rate is 0. And by the way, I've heard of some institutions say I give 1 million here, 1 million there, 500,000. Look, let's be serious. This is not the time to build your profile in the media. This is the time to put your money where your mouth is. These are not normal times. So this 1 million here, 500 here, please, guys, let's be serious. We're in a war. Let's be serious. This is not time to. This is not the time. This is not the time.
Live at the Super Bowl is 0302216541. I registered this business last year and it was moving smoothly, but as I talk, back to -2. Even friends I employ are not ready to help get money to start all over again. What do I do? Douglas from DC. 0302216541. I have a caller on the line. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
This is Edward calling from Kumasi.
Edward from Kumasi. Let's hear your question.
Yes, please. Yeah, Dan, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I was listening to someone yesterday that learning online, he gave out some
website.
Contact. Yes, some website. I was somewhere, so I was not able to take the number, the website.
Okay. Do you have a pen on you?
No. Yeah, you call it. Let me. I'll be able to.
Okay. It's futurelearn.com. Future and learn is one word.
Right.
Futurelearn.com. Udemy.com. Udemy.com.
Right. Futurelearn and Udemy.
Udemy. And you know course, the word course, as in a course of study. Course.
Yes, please.
Just add
yes,
RA
please.
to it. Coursera.
Right.
Okay. Are we good?
Thank you, sir.
Beautiful.
Right.
We'll put this out on Twitter as well. Okay. So just look on our social media websites. Okay.
Right.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Edward, for calling. I have Ken on the line. Ken, where are you calling us from?
Latebiokoshi.
Latebiokoshi. What's your question, Ken?
Yeah, I have questions for Mr. Ken Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
The banking sector currently, for me, I bank with, I don't want to mention the name anyway.
Don't.
But the charges are just outrageous. I mean, the online transactions, the mobile money transactions. So with his bank, how does he think about that? Because for me, I think that we are paying too much. You take money from the bank into your mobile money wallet, you are charged. You are going to remove it from the mobile money vendor, you are charged. You transfer it to somebody, you are charged. What is due? Because this is what is preventing some of us from even using our ATM cards when we go to the shopping centers here and there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. I have John on the line. John, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Roman Ridge here in Accra.
All right, John, let's hear you.
Yeah, please. Good morning to Mr. Thompson. I want to ask, what of we those who have taken loans from the dealers' finance in these difficult times? What are they going to? What is he personally going to do for us?
Thank you very much for calling. Loan customers from Dalex 0302216541. Now beware of scammers. Malcolm. Okay, I'll tell you about Malcolm in just a second. I have Eben on the line. Good morning, Eben.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I am blessed, my brother. Please turn off your radio and let's hear you.
I'm far from me too.
I heard some feedback. You go ahead.
Yeah, from Kwabenya. Yeah,
right.
I just want to ask for this mobile transaction because for me I'm into fashion. You know, and for me I'm not ready for loan. You see, but I just want to because I was heard that when you do transaction in this era of COVID-19, you will not be deducted. But one thing I've realized, if I send from 200 and above, they're being deducted, and I want to find out why.
Okay, so the charges were waived from 0 to 100.
From 0 to 100?
Yes, from 0 to 100 CDs, it's free. But above 100 CDs, you still have charges there, okay?
You still have charges?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear.
All right, Eben, thank you very much. Your name is co-commentator.
Yes.
Commenting on which match?
Every match.
All right, let's hear your question.
I run a perfect commentary.
You run perfect commentary?
Yeah.
We'll put you on air with George next time, okay? Let's hear you.
No worries. When there's a tough match in Takwadi, you can connect me. I'll just.
All right. Let's hear your question, bro.
Yeah, I don't know whether my mine would require a peculiar dealing with the director himself. Maybe they'll give me a personal line and I'll call and then find out. I'm in the transport industry. Okay. Hello.
You're on air.
Yes, I'm on air.
Yes, you're on air.
Oh, okay. So I'm in the transport industry, and then this transport business, you always need a good vehicle on the road so that you can have a good returns on your investment. And I want a startup capital, huge one in this So I don't know how the loan going to be structured and how I need a personal banker to talk to and then have an idea how I can take it up from there.
Okay, give your number. Co-commentator, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hold on. Give your number to Sammy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy is the one who first answered the call when you called. Give your number to him, and we'll try and get. If you need some further mentorship beyond the program, we'll try and get that for you. Bryce is on the line. Good morning, Bryce. Is this Bryce from East Legon?
Yeah, Bryce from Adenta.
Bryce from Adenta, rather. Okay, Bryce, let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to find out something.